Premier League predictions, game week 37 for some, but game week 36 for some as well, because for teams like City and Spurs, we've both got games in hand, and that game in hand is against each other this coming Tuesday, but everyone else apart from that, I'm pretty sure, is on 36 games and not 35, and this was going into their 37th game. But last week I didn't do so well in my predictions. I predicted Chelsea to West Ham to be a draw. Chelsea won 5-0. I predicted Burnley to beat Newcastle. Newcastle won 4-1. But I did get the Arsenal result right, the Tottenham-Liverpool result right, with Liverpool winning, the City-Wolves result right, with City winning, the Palace-United result with Crystal Palace winning, and I'm pretty sure, other than the Chelsea-West Ham game and the Luton-Everton game, I got pretty much all of the other results correct. But let's get into this. Fulham taking on City tomorrow at Craven Cottage, 12:30 kickoff. Not an ideal fixture to have on a 12:30 kickoff. Just like Palace a few weeks ago, we had that on a 12:30 kickoff, and it was a banana skin fixture. The thing is with this game, if City go into the game thinking that it's going to be a walk in the park, then Fulham either beat us or get a draw against us. But if Fulham come out to play and City play at our very best, then City win this game 2-3 goals maybe, or maybe even by 4 goals. So the key is if Fulham come out and if City play at our very best, depending on what the result will be. Because if Fulham sit back, then they've got a chance of getting something out of the game. But if they go toe-to-toe with us, they could get played off the park. I know this is stating the obvious, but if we underestimate Fulham, we end up probably dropping points in this game. But if we end up showing Fulham a bit of respect and going out to play at our very best, then we win this game quite comfortably. My prediction is 3-1 Manchester City. I think Willian scores for Fulham, and Haaland gets 2 for City, and Foden scores 1. And we put pressure on to Arsenal going into their game against Manchester United at Old Trafford this Sunday at 4:30. So Fulham, they're not really pushing for Europe anymore. They're in 13th, I think. And they're not going to go down, so they haven't got a lot to play for, but it's still a good game for them to get up for, because most teams flourish at the chance to play against City these days. But on to the next game. West Ham taking on Luton. West Ham got battered last week against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, whereas Luton got a 1-0 draw at home to Everton. But towards the end, they did look like the more threatening team and potentially could have won it. Because I think towards the end, there was a shot that looked like it was going in the bottom corner, deflected out for a corner, but then the corner wasn't able to be taken because the referee blew the whistle before it could happen. So that was controversial. I've got a funny feeling Luton are going to win this game, because West Ham have got nothing to play for, really. And Luton's still in a relegation dogfight. So I think Luton win this game 3-2, and they get a massive result in this relegation battle. And it will put pressure onto Forest, who play against Chelsea later on tomorrow in the 5:30 slot. And it will also put pressure onto Burnley, because they play at the same time as Luton tomorrow as well. They're on to Burnley now. They play against Tottenham. The thing is with this game, Burnley could easily get something out of it if Tottenham play like they have been in the last few games, because I think Tottenham's lost their last 4, if I'm right in saying. The thing is with Tottenham, they're a good possession-based team, but when they get in the final third, they tend to make the wrong decisions a lot of the time, and it ends up costing them, and they don't score as many goals as they could do if they had a proper number 9 in this Tottenham team, like Dusan Blahovic or Ivan Toney, someone along the lines of that. they'd actually score quite a lot of goals and they could maybe push for a top 3 or top 4 finish. Because they haven't really replaced Kane properly, because they're yet to really put in like a bid for like a proper striker to like get a Harry Kane proper replacement, because Richarlison's not really a natural number 9, because he can play all across the front three, really. Quite an underrated player, Richarlison, but he's just not a natural number 9. I thought someone was at the door then, but it's not. Spurs, I reckon, will win this game 3-1, but I do expect Burnley to start the game pretty well and maybe score first. But I reckon Spurs do what they normally do in these like types of games, like against low-ranked opponents, where they go behind and come out second half and score 3 goals and win the game 3-1. But it'll be a tight-ish game. On to Wolves against Crystal Palace. Wolves are coming off a 2-2 draw. Wait, it was a 2-2 draw. What was the score in the Wolves game last week? Oh yeah, they lost against us 5-1. Remember that now. I was thinking of the 2-2 draw against Nottingham Forest. It was the week before that, I'm pretty sure, that they played Wolves. The thing is, I don't think Wolves played that bad in terms of in possession against City. It's just that they defended like a lot worse than what I expected them to do in that game against City. And that's why City got 5 goals. And they didn't make the most out of their possession either. They were like all right in terms of like getting the ball up the pitch. But in the final third, that's what cost them. Because they weren't good enough in the final third. I reckon this is going to be a 2-2 draw. There's not too much between both teams squad-wise in terms of quality. So I reckon there's a good chance this game's a draw. So I'm going 2-2. Which games haven't I done yet? Oh yeah, Nottingham Forest against Chelsea. That's the game I have to do for Saturday. Nottingham Forest are taking on Chelsea. Forest won last week against Sheffield United away from home. Chelsea won last week against West Ham. Chelsea pushing for Europe. Nottingham Forest still in a dogfight. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw, because in these type of games, Chelsea tend to struggle. It's when they play against like either their London rivals or like the Big Six that they actually turn it on. And I think they're not going to turn it on this time. And the Forest crowd will be up for it. And it is a possibility that it ends in a draw. So I've got a feeling it's going to be a draw, and I'm going for a Desmond 2-2. Oh yeah, and I forgot that I didn't do the Bournemouth Brentford game 3:00 kickoff Saturday, and I think Bournemouth will win that game 1-0. It will be a tight game, potentially 0-0 to the dying embers, but I think towards the end Bournemouth will find a way, maybe through like Solanke or something like that, to get a goal to get the 3 points. Then on to Sunday, you've got United taking on Arsenal. The thing is with United, when they're playing like a team like Arsenal, City or Liverpool, they tend to like keep it quite tight. Well, most of the time. Well, they did get battered by City 3-0 at Old Trafford, but that's the only real game that they've against the big teams this year that they've got totally outplayed. I think if United don't concede within the first 25 minutes, or maybe the first 30 minutes, then there's a good chance that they could get something out of this game, especially if they nab a goal in that time of the game as well. But if Arsenal, by that period, like in the first 25-30 minutes, are like a goal up or maybe 2 goals up, then it's curtains for United, in my personal opinion. I reckon Arsenal are going to win this game 4-2. Unfortunately, I want United to win because it would give us a better chance of winning the league a bit sooner than maybe the last game of the season. Well, it still probably will go to the last game of the season, regardless of the results between the City game this week and the Arsenal game. But it would mean that there'd be less pressure going on to us going into that West Ham game on the last game of the season, should United take off points off Arsenal. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Saka, Rice, Jesus, and Trossard are going to score for Arsenal. And for United, it's going to be Kobe Mainu and Bruno Fernandes. 4-2, sadly. But I hope it's a draw or a United win. Because obviously, for us, that would be better as City fans. Then you've got the Monday night football. Aston Villa taking on Liverpool. Villa just got knocked out of the Conference League last night against Olympiacos. I thought they actually played quite well in spells. It was just that Olympiacos did better than Aston Villa in the final third, and they defended a bit better as well. So it wasn't really the full... It didn't really show the full reflection of both legs, because Villa did have a lot of chances and a lot of possession against Olympiacos, but they just didn't make the most out of their chances or, like, get their possession into actually turning them into goals. So I think this is going to be a draw, high scoring draw. Aston Villa 3, Liverpool 3. Liverpool not got a lot to play for because they've pretty much already secured top 4 and they're already out of the title race pretty much anyway. So I'm going to go 3-3. Diaby to get 1. Watkins with 2 for Aston Villa. And for Liverpool, it's going to be Jota, Salah, and McAllister. That's the end of this week's predictions. Hopefully I do better than last week. You can also comment down your predictions for the fixtures for this weekend in the comment section below. See how different they are to mine. That would be interesting to look at. And have a lovely rest of your Friday. And have a great weekend, people. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.